Hi everyone, I'm Alicia from KLGadgetGuy, and today we're going to do an 8-hour review of the Mi Note. Now what we're going to do is take it out for a test run to test its capabilities on how it would perform on a day-to-day basis. So come on, let's go! So when it comes to using the GPS, the Mi Note does its job very well. Normally the biggest problem with using GPS on your mobile is whenever you put it on the dashboard, it tends to overheat. For the Mi Note, it actually didn't heat up all that much. It did get a little bit warm, but that's about it. It wasn't hot enough to fry an egg. Despite using the GPS for about 20 minutes or so, and on top of that, playing music at the same time, the battery life was still quite good. It only went down, say, about 2% at the most, or maybe 3%. Not only that, it did not lag, it did not crash, and everything just worked pretty fine.
At a glance, you can see that the Xiaomi Mi Note is a beautiful phone. In fact, one of the best from Xiaomi, I feel. Now, it is slim, light, and it has a curved glass back, making it feel good in the hand. It actually feels very premium, although it tends to be a little bit slippery. But because it is slim, it actually doesn't bulge from the pocket, which can look unsightly if it's too big. Now, one of the most important features when it comes to having a great smartphone is a great camera. Now, the camera on the Mi Note is actually pretty great. The photos are really sharp, especially when using HDR. Of course, even when the HDR function is off, the photos are just as sharp. Now, when it comes to taking a selfie, the beautify function for the Mi Note is not an overkill. In fact, you can actually choose the level of beautifying done on your face. Well, it is fun to see the phone trying to guess your age when you're trying to take a selfie. Well, this can be an ego boost or a mood killer, depending on your actual age and what it detects. Now, even though I'm using the Instagram camera software to take photos, the photos still look good compared to other phones that only take great pictures if you're using its own camera software. Now, another thing about the Xiaomi Mi Note that I love is actually the back camera lens. It doesn't protrude out like compared to many other smartphones you see nowadays. I always have this paranoia that I'll scratch it, even though a lot of the manufacturers tend to say it's made out of unscratchable glass. Now, panorama photos are easy to take. Even the noobiest of the noobs can use it. Now, there is this feature for the camera called the refocus, which sort of gives you a fake bokeh, but I still find that a little gimmicky and a bit too finicky to use. Now, with its Qualcomm Snapdragon 810 processor and 3GB of RAM, the Xiaomi Mi Note works decently, although it does hang and crash occasionally. In fact, I've experienced that where it just restarted for no apparent reason. I would blame that on MIUI 6 though. I feel that the software that came with the Mi Note is a little finicky. Well, I hope with the MIUI 7, it will fix all these little bugs. Now, the Mi Note does not come with external storage support, which means you can't put a micro SD in it. However, it does have 64GB internal storage, which is actually an improvement compared with the other Xiaomi phones that tend to come with 32GB instead. Now, the Xiaomi Mi Note also has dual SIM support, with each slot supporting 4G. Both of these slots are different. One slot supports micro SIM and the other supports nano SIM. Although honestly, I find there's no real reason for it to be so. After using the Mi Note for 8 hours, I would have to say it's a pretty good phone. It feels good, it actually looks premium with only the price of 1549 ringgit. Battery life is actually really awesome. What I did the whole day was play games, surf the net, browse your social media, watch videos, and by the end of the day, I had at least 40% left of the battery. Now, I like almost everything about the Mi Note except the MIUI 6. This UI is really fiddly, and I think it provides too much customization options for your everyday users. Another thing that I'm still not sure of is the sunlight display that comes with the Mi Note. Now, Xiaomi mentioned that the sunlight display actually helps a lot when you're trying to read it in the sunlight, in bright sunlight. But the problem with the sunlight display is whenever I wore my polarized sunglasses, I could not see a thing. So imagine if I'm driving, I use the GPS and I put on my sunglasses and that's it. All I see is just a blank screen. Now, despite all the little problems I had with the Mi Note, like crashing, and the problem with the MIUI 6, generally, I have to say I do recommend the Mi Note for those who are looking for a phablet. So if you're looking for a decent phablet that looks and feels premium with a budget of less than 1,006 ringgit, I would say do give the Mi Note a thought. So anyway, if you have any questions about the Xiaomi Mi Note, please say something in the comments below and I will answer you in our next video. Till then, ta-da!